Welcome to the Discovery series of Cold Wind Reviews. Last video I discovered Halo Reach for the first time, and today these guys are going to make me play Halo 1.
5th Platoon, secure airlocks on Deck 11. 14th Platoon, rendezvous with 22nd Tactical at Bulkhead Charlie 14.
What can you tell me about the game, about the story? Tell me from the beginning to end what you remember.
At the end of Reach, they escape in the big fat grey ship, and in Halo 1, the game starts from that point. So they're escaping the
Covenant.
the Covenant, and they arrive to this giant Halo, and somehow they crash land on it because they're being pursued by the Covenant. And then you start shooting things in a green world, and then they destroy the Halo.
Okay, and there's nothing else that you remember, like
There's face huggers
yeah.
that transform you into a zombie,
Mm-hmm.
and the Covenant aliens are afraid of being a zombie, so they want to run away.
Okay.
And our big general captain, or the white suit guy, turns into a blob.
So a brief recap. Halo Combat Evolved, so Halo 1, is a first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie and published by Microsoft Game Studios. The game was later released as a downloadable Xbox original for the Xbox 360. Halo is set in the 26th century, with the player assuming the role of the Master Chief, a cybernetically enhanced super soldier. The Chief is accompanied by Cortana, an artificial intelligence. Players battle various aliens as they attempt to uncover the secret of the Halo, a ring-shaped artificial planet.
Compared to Halo Reach, from the information that you've received from the story, do you think that you understand more the universe, the characters, what's going on?
I definitely had more information that I remember in this one.
Do you think it's because it's more recent, or is it because it was more interesting, maybe?
No, but last time I didn't play the game. This time I played the game, so I guess the information just gets...
It was more easily stuck in your head because
Yeah.
you were more into the game?
Yeah,
playing
the
it?
first time I didn't play it, so...
Yeah. Do you think it was maybe more interesting, or that you felt more emotions maybe playing it? Something different? Or for you it's still, I'll not say bland, but equally interesting, and maybe in a few days you'll maybe forget most of it? Or do you think it'll be different?
No. I can't say it's equally interesting for me. But that's why I say that the only thing that I think changed here is that I played the game.
Yeah.
So, because I played it, there's a lot more that I can remember.
Hmm.
Just for your information, a few weeks ago I had an accident and I broke a few bones in my hand. That's why I didn't play the first game that they showed me. But this one I managed to play like 3 hours of the game. I still watched what they were doing, but I could play this one.
So it was easier for him to discover more of the game, being really in the game.
What happened with Cortana? What did she do in the game?
In Halo 1, she was in the brain of Master Chief, Green Man. Yes.
Yeah.
She accessed the central station information thing of the Halo,
Mm-hmm.
and she discovered that General White Man didn't have to go somewhere, and in the end he went anyway because Green Man was too late to tell him not to go.
Yeah. What can you tell me about the floating AI that appeared in this episode?
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spark.
The floating AI.
There was the blue
The ball.
light, the blue balls.
The ball.
What can you tell me of the blue ball floating
The
around?
ball was floating,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is absolutely unacceptable.
and it tried to trick Green Man into thinking that he was gonna... What's the name of
The flood.
the flood? That it was gonna destroy the flood, but what he didn't know is that actually he was gonna destroy all living organisms in the galaxy,
Mhm.
universe,
Mm.
time and space.
Yes.
How dare you?
And
Ye-
Cortana discovered that he was lying and that he didn't give him all the information on this, so she wanted to stop the ball.
You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
So there's nothing else that you would like to add? There's nothing that you remember suddenly?
There was Sarge from Aliens, the second Alien movie, and
Just to acknowledge what he was saying. He's not the only one to think that.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
You
This
heard
is
the
not
man
a
and you know the
I
drill,
repeat,
assholes.
This is not a drill.
Men, keep your eyes downrange, fingers on your triggers, and we all go home in one piece. Am I right, Marines? Sir, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy. External and internal contact imminent.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Could you explain me all the reason why it made you think about something else? The Halo and their way to talk, their costume, the situations.
everything looks like aliens.
Yeah.
Everything. You have the Sarge, you have the Hispanic guy in his group. Except in Aliens, it's a woman. It's Sanchez, I think. You have.
Mendez.
Mendoza, move it up.
Yeah, here it's Mendez, but in Aliens it was Sanchez, I think.
Hey, Vasquez. Have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
There's the ships they used to land on the Halo. They look really almost exactly like the ones in Alien movies. The music too, very military music from time to time, especially when you see the Marines. And here they are Marines too. They have the same costumes, or very similar.
The same idea.
Yeah, everything just reminded me of Aliens. Yeah, motion detectors. In Aliens 2, there's that woman pilot that crash lands, and here you see one of those pilots that puts the glasses down, and they look very similar, those two. And even here, at some point there's a guy saying something like "Game over, man, game over," like in Aliens. It isn't exactly what he says, but the message is the same.
Oh man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man. That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I have a question. Tell me one moment in the game that was really pleasing for you,
Pleasing.
that you appreciated more than the rest.
Flying with the ships, because I don't remember in Reach if that you could do.
In the snow, in the mountains.
Yeah, you could fly. You had more freedom than being on foot, that I liked.
Did you find it hard to play? Was the technique difficult? Was the button mapping logical for you or not?
I'm a PC gamer, so it's not easy to play an FPS with a controller. But it was fine. It was okay.
So I proposed that he played on the computer, but he wanted to discover the game on console like we did. But maybe the next ones he'll play on the PC. Especially Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2.
I prefer
It's a
using a mouse.
strategic top view.
That isn't an FPS?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's more KK.
Yeah, but even if we play next time another Halo, I prefer with a mouse.
And later on, once you're going to be a fan of the franchise like us, it's
I'm gonna be a fan.
it's
Okay.
a cross-platform game. So I can play on my console against you on your PC.
Oh, okay.
So that's fun too.
Green Man versus Green Man.
They're all green.
To conclude, if you could compare Reach and Halo 1, story-wise, which one was more interesting to you?
I don't remember much about Reach. I remember in Reach there was no Green Man, and here there was a Green Man. I remember in Reach there were cars, and here there are cars. Reach had better graphics
Why?
because it was Reach. It had more polygons.
Why? That at least you should know.
Ah, yeah, because the game came out later, that's why.
All right then.
What was your favorite weapon in Halo 1?
I liked the main rifle, the one with the ammo screen. It's a good looking weapon. and it reminded me of Star Trek Elite Force.
They beamed in right after I decrypted data about new drone technology.
That must be some important data. They didn't beam in even when we were shooting up the place.
I think you've played that game.
I think I've played it, but I don't recall. So you liked the Banshees and you liked his rifle?
There's one thing that I hate, the Warthog. You have to change the view of the camera to turn right and left, and I hate it. I hate it. Really
that's something you have to get used to, and that's true. And the scenery?
It was very green.
So for you it was the same scenery as in Halo Reach?
No, in Halo Reach I think I had the view... Well, I had the impression it was very green because you often put night vision. So there's a lot of moments, even if the colors are different. Everything looks green when you put that. I think that's why I found it very green. In this one, it's because there's more green soldiers and maybe more green landscapes and Green Man. Green Man is in it.
Do you like Green Man?
Green Man's fine. That's something I noticed in this game too. Even if it's a 2001 game, 2001.
Yes.
I thought the cutscenes and the voice acting wasn't great. It wasn't believable. It's as if they weren't in the same room when they talked. And they just said the lines like that. It looked like an amateur's game. In that respect.
It felt like it was its first game.
Yes. Maybe it's because it was.
Yes, it must be. Do you hope that the future Halo games are less green?
No, I want them to become more green.
More green.
It must be green, okay?
The greener, the better.
What did you think about the last mission?
When we were on the Warhogs, trying to escape.
Ah, yeah, that was fun. That mission was fun. I didn't play it because my hands hurt.
And because you hate the driving.
And because I hate the driving. But you were playing it in multiplayer, going one against the other, and I enjoyed that. Watching you smash into everything was fun.
So here he's discovering all the games through the campaign mode. Once he's done all of the games, he's gonna discover the online multiplayer game, and that's another way of playing the game too.
I'd rather use a PC for that time.
If you agree with Dave's impressions, leave your comments down below. And if you don't agree with his point of view, tell us also.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And ring that bell button.